And I could for the town of Cat free office. I am daring you. I want to say, or your crown for into your pamono. Prove to us that you were not a thief into your pamon. Prove to Ghana for. We want to see your credibility. Miracles Aboagye, show us your dismissal letter. Say Kufuor and Tro say you are corrupt. You have been involved in corruption. That's why you were sacked. Prove to us. On to me, yeah. Oh, your crown for. He should release the letter tonight. Now, I call when I'm TV, so I speak for Bawumia, and and I'm saying, one was a butta. Oh, bodam. Oh, where we, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, a boy, prove say as on ye. Oh, miracle, oh, boy, you smell like a thief. You smell like a thief. You have the smell of a thief. Prove to us that you are not a thief. Okay, I'm not saying you're a thief. Now prove to us for a letter they prove to us so we. Give us the dismissal letter. I am daring you. I want to prove to Ghana for say you were sacked because of corruption. You were sacked because of thievery. You were sacked because you stole from the taxpayer. You, Miracles Aboagye, I am saying authority can go to any court. Prove to us your dismissal letter. See, I'm not dismissal letter. What's say case? A filthy thief like this. Okay, okay, Miracle unyewi. Prove to us, say, show us the letter. Show us. My own show credibility. And send Ochina TV. So, bring the letter out, Miracle. Prove we are seeing and say, what are Kasama Bawumia? Bring your letter out. Bring it. Dismissal letter. Let us see. Any dirty person can sit on TV and speak today. You scrutinize him. Prove to us. Until you show us the letter, I will call you a thief. Miracles Aboagye, until you bring out that letter. I'm sure to Ghanaians that I was dismissed because it was strategic in the letter. Let us see your dismissal letter. Until you, Miracle, you provide to the media your dismissal letter while you were sacked as the MCE of Equiapem North, I will see you as a thief. Until you produce that letter. The day you produce that letter, I will never see you as a thief again. Produce that dismissal letter. Nanado cried to me, Pamodi. I saw you dying. If Nanado, or no, the whole world, you probably our bon pa, Ekufuor to be sacco, Ekufuor need certificate, Ekufuor drag addict to be sacco there. And the one person is a war problem. Now a serious problem. Say Ekufuor a sacco. It's a sacco because Ekufuor he represents sack. Ekufuor he represents failure. And they say failure a sacco. Maybe my thing to you is simple. I'm going to take you on from today. Prove to Ghana for say unyewi. Because from what I know, say opeso prove say unyewi, you show us your dismissal letter. And the information I'm picking was that you were involved in serious malpractice, corruption related issues. The president caught you and he sacked you. If you want to prove me wrong, say Adentina Mifre, show us the letter. You are a thief until you show us that letter. Until you show Ghana that a dismissal letter. You are a thief. Who boy a to sell what it TV so can kwasi asem. Show us. Bawumia na we Jimmy to sell obedi nim Bawumia. Nanko is smarter. Why should he allow somebody like you who is engulfed in corruption to lead his communication? Now, when a failure sucks a failure, Ekufuor is a failure, and you allow Ekufuor who is a failure to sack you. Hey, and your only life, will dying be now. Now, see this a very important story. Say in and it's got to do with a year. What a year Okuja Tablakwa is doing. But before that, I think we should discuss this story. And the Attorney General went to the annual general conference of the Ghana Bar Association. And the Attorney General, Mr. Ayeni, Dominic Ayeni, accused GBA of partisanship. And the Attorney General, Oko GBA, Ghana Bar Association, the president of Ghana Bar Association, Nikunu Eni Jogate. Jogate was one of the contestants, now one person bear flag bearer for the NPP. So that woman wanted Jogate to win the primaries for her to become the first lady. She is the president of Ghana Bar Association. So you should understand, she's technically an MPP sympathizer in and out. She can't tell me she wasn't supporting her husband to win the MPP primaries. First of all, she has been compromised when it comes to her political stance. She's married to an in and out politician who wanted to lead the MPP, which was in power. But that is a conversation we'll have another time. Now, Attorney General, when he went to the event, he spoke boldly about Nyomebia Ghana Bar Association. Today, we all know, Ghana Bar Association is one of the most useless associations in Ghana. Majority of the people who are members of the Ghana Bar Association, they know that the association has collapsed, the association has no credibility, the association has become very partisan. And that the leadership of the association, they have sold the integrity of the association because most of them are aligned to politicians. Now, for a long time, we were waiting for one person to be bold, to tell us, all of us in the face, to tell the GBA in their faces that this association is a waste of time. We were waiting for somebody who was part of the association to break that news to them, for them to understand that the Ghana Bar Association is one of the most useless associations in Ghana because they have allowed politicians to infiltrate, and that their legal reasoning has become one of the daft things that we have witnessed over the years. The Attorney General today spoke, and then the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Oye Jogate Yirenso, responded. But before, let's listen to the Attorney General, what he said. After that, remember the response from the GBA President.
We risk undermining the very foundation of our professional credibility. We must remember that our allegiance is first and foremost to the Constitution and this Republic, not to transient political interests. Over 3 decades have passed since the adoption of our Constitution. During this period, our Republic has tested and continues to test the resilience of its democratic institutions. In doing this, the Bar has played a crucial role in assisting the Supreme Court to interpret and enforce the Constitution. But outside the courtroom, the advocacy of the Bar as a professional group has lacked consistency, bringing into question its adherence to principle. Ladies and gentlemen, when in 2015, an Article 146 petition was received by the Chief Justice in relation to the former chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Madame Loretta Lamte, the Bar failed to speak out about process. In the run-up to the 2016 elections, the then opposition New Patriotic Party engaged the Electoral Commission in court battles over the voter identification system. This gave rise to the Abu Ramadan line of cases. Immediately upon assuming office in 2017, an Article 146 petition was filed for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, and her deputies from office. The Bar saw no basis to speak out about compliance with due process. But in recent times, the Bar found its voice when petitions based upon the same constitutionally defined procedures were brought in respect of the removal from office of the former Chief Justice, Mrs. Gertrude Araba-Tokono. Ladies and gentlemen, the honest question we have to ask ourselves is, what changed? The 3 petitions aforementioned touch and concern office holders of 3 constitutional bodies critical to the sustenance of our democracy. The independence of the 3 institutions has been guaranteed by the Constitution. The 3 occupants were all women of significant repute and members of our noble profession. The 3 committees established pursuant to Article 146 complied with the constitutional procedure to the letter. And yet, the bar found its voice only in relation to the 3rd petition. Coincidentally, the voice of the bar amplified the voice of the opposition. The lawyer in politics must be a voice of reason, moderation, and constitutionalism. The bar must speak out not to please governments or opposition parties, but to defend the rule of law, the independence of the judiciary, and the rights of the ordinary citizen. The Ghana Bar Association is not merely a professional body. It is a moral compass of the legal fraternity and a key pillar in the construction of our constitutional democracy. As Lord Denning once wrote, and I quote, "Justice must be rooted in confidence, and confidence is destroyed when right-minded people go away thinking that the judge was biased." The same applies to the bar. Our authority as a profession depends on public confidence that we stand above the fray of narrow partisanship. Let us therefore be the conscience of the Republic, fearless when governments overreach, impartial when opposition agitates, and always faithful to the sovereignty of the people under the Constitution. And talking of sovereignty, we should desist from the temptation of inviting foreign interference in our internal constitutional processes. As a professional body, there is absolutely nothing wrong with forming relationships with like-minded foreign associations. Such relationships are necessary for cross-fertilization of ideas on professional matters such as standards. That is where it should end. Interference in constitutional politics risks violating the principle that sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose benefit the powers of government are to be exercised.
Please for Kevin, where dear brofone Dawson, you been den wahamin koye. MPP for do no air chema Kevin a chechim, adia channel no kwasi akwatena kodi matem, but Ghana who don't me chechim. And the Attorney General Echo Ghana Bar Association for a program. And now okotu nenum tu echere eye Ghana Bar Association say nya twemo no munjai. In fact, okasa no say eye association or allegiance no is to the constitution. Na enye political party bi ana political party ana ekuo bi. Into no osesin say onim eye Ghana Bar Association no. Sa association de na nka omo de omo gina ho ema constitution no. Say yebe chirechirem omebua Supreme Court omama chirechire eye de emram na omahye omo kakra gina omachi ema omahye mra omo say saa nyoma ni bi intina eye Ghana Bar Association omo teye na ya ante ba ne say ye de ba be ye politics okwo nanim no say otwe ne hwe ne chia as a member of the bar or good standing from Titina on men and inquire from 2015 a bar no started year politics started free a year 2015. Okay, Abu Ramadan in Seme Babaye, I did Dimwa, Bano, Eden Hujijimwa, Ebedu 2017. Charlotte say, Omujina so, Omumubi, S32, Omano SC Charlotte say young Pamo Charlotte say, or say, or Cabano. Nadia Ban ye and say, Omuna almost 30 Ekekan San Semono, Emma Sambreno, President of the Republic, activate Article 146. Original so Emma Constitution edine juma ya de pam Charlotte say. O say aya Ghana Bar Association. Sa asem ni si no omo gina ye esore ye ekasa say president no ne kwan aso no efri say we gina constitution so aya the constitution ne pe. Into obusa aya Ghana Bar Association in the say aya den na the same association Article 146 and another dan kweku for the gina so 2017. E de pam Charlotte say the same Article 146 and John Dramani Mahama ejina so edi djuma the same bar no and the asori etia John Mahama ban o see ohuni say and the Ghana Bar Association no abeye two partisan omo do omo ho afrafra political parties Omo mpanyinfoɔ mu di anim ayɛ sikadie krono ɛne nyɔma bi a ɔmo yɛ a ɛɛtan a ɛnɛ mmara ne da hɔ koraa na Ghana Bar Association mpanyinfoɔ mu di anim ɛne association as a whole no ɔmo hyɛ daa abɔ mmara no ato nkyɛn ɛde ɔmo akoma ɛne ɔmo feelings aka nsɛm abra edua yɛde bɔ ɔtakyi no ɛwɔ sɛ nka ɔsɛ saa dua no yɛde bɔ ban no ɛnɛ Ghana Bar Association sɛ edua no yɛde bɔ ɔtakyi no yɛde bɛbɔ ban de a Ghana Bar Association sɛ ɔmo nte aseɛ ɔsɛ ɔyɛ attorney general asɛm no ha no efisɛ ohun sɛ Ghana Bar Association ɛndɛ adane dwirim ɛne ɛyɛ pɛsɛm minkumnya ɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu ɛne sɛ bio ɛyɛ adeɛ bi ɔmo yɛ a broni bɛka sɛ ɔmo yɛ sycophants ɔmo yɛ hypocrite ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛka no korɛ na ɔka bibi ɔsi time a yɛyi Charlotte yɛyi ɛyɛ Madam Toko no asɛm ba yɛ a president edi mmara no so fɛnkyɛm no adeɛ bi a esi yɛ ne sɛ MPP as a political party no na mankasa from beginning no omunim say mmara no president any Ghana man no yedi mmara no so pepepe the constitution so na mmom no Ghana Bar Association almost started here at the politics and partisan politics ewura process nim if you say or see time na seven started say Madam Toko no e was ofamre mu no petition ne bae no petition ko di president wo president edema the council of state hwe mu no say ampa we the asem no ayese bibi wo ma on betuma di akire and on ma president and a president gina constitution so ethic committee and a committee no eje ekohwehwe nsensem no mu etotototo Toko no ano etotototo omo chiro petition so ano omo wie na omo chiro the omo findings senior omo hu de bia emfimfimu ne bae no the omo board tofa and I'm the president him say on the constitution so na the omachro no omani nyadwuma and a president no edi constitution so and the committee no findings of the buy no odi so a edwuma into osi na eye no nwanwa say the Ghana Bar Association ejigine mu bare na okan brofo bi osi the voice of the opposition amplified because osi MPP for no omo voice and as almost started can some atro emane yet to say Toko no process okom a partisan if we say Ghana Bar Association and a more almost sad to me no if we say Ghana Bar Association and a starty ye de day omo shada an line ti omo an kano kure no engina no kure so na omo imagine say abaye di botechi no omo pese de bebo banti na omo kinka nsam no in a way na MPP for no so efa boni e wo mu no na omo di dwuma na okasa no o say the ayani ya ewana kuma mu say Ghana Bar Association beko UK na omoni the association bi wo ho akofa adwene say ye constitution a ye nananom ekyekere de ma ye say ye fambo man ho ban no omama the association bi wo UK ma ye ne Ghana for instruction say omoni Ghana Bar Association akamutirima bomu say ye ne constitution no omo de omo pen na yenye o say eno ene twa ne nsum oye nipa bi a ontia se Ghana oman no ye ne sebio ekuo mo amaman so ebedwendwene nyoma ho na mum se ne Ghana Bar Association ebeko UK ene de ekuo bi akoko mutira bom abe undermine anase omo be Ghana nimtia no o se ha no every say ebasara na Ghana Bar Association omo be de omo be kwankro omo be disease omo be adibia ehuma Ghana fo into no oye attorney general no o ka che Ghana Bar Association say de omo ye ne de sebio association egu emu nipa omudi anim na oso mo ferry na ono oya attorney general no sadia Ghana Bar Association aye no akire se Ghana ha yete no Ghana Bar Association enimonyama omwo no sa enimonyam no de yemfa nto binim evi se omo mpanifo omudi anim no sebio omo ndi ne kure na omo mwa Ghana ma yekebi memi kebi no enkoso attorney general aye Mr. Dominic Ayeni eka nsem we nyina wie no na Joe Gata yire a ono the president of the Ghana Bar Association ono so kwaje Mike say and the ono so ebe kirechirem akire adekudie ntia omudi sa abone no na momentie sa maame no so asem.
The Constitution of the Ghana Bar Association enjoins us to protect the independence of the judiciary. This is a duty the association does not take lightly, and from time immemorial, the bar has fiercely performed this duty. My learned friends, we are all aware that Article 146 of our 1992 Constitution has come under severe scrutiny in recent times. For the first time under the Fourth Republic, it's been evoked in respect of a Chief Justice. The position of the bar must be stated clearly in this regard. The bar recognizes the fact that the power of removal can be exercised under Article 146, but the bar's major concern relates to the process. In the absence of specific rules of procedure, the sketchy process potentially lends itself to arbitrariness and a lack of fairness. Hence, the bar's resolution on the matter, which was as follows. The Ghana Bar Association hereby also calls for the immediate enactment of clear and comprehensive regulations relating to matters under Article 146 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana to ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness in all proceedings involving Superior Court justice, particularly in the context of the impeachment or removal of such officers. This resolution was passed and publicized by 30th April 2025. However, no rules were produced. It is commonly said that justice should not only be done, but manifestly be seen to have been done. The lack of an enactment for such rules in the case of the removal of the fourth highest person in the nation should be a matter of concern for all of us. These rules should have been known to all and sundry before the commencement of the process, as it greatly affects the standard to be met. It ends up being an unfortunate precedent which lacks fairness, a situation that calls for redress if indeed we are custodians of justice. We all deserve justice, from the well-endowed in society to the less endowed, from those who wield political power to those who don't, from those who have economic power and those who don't.
Now, the mami we can no say Article 146 omo Ghana Bar Association omo ntia Article 146. That's fine. Almost any problem bia with say ye di Article 146 so our constitution mu ene de omugitum. Na okasa no o say omo major problem pa ne say Article 146 no fine. Na toko no asem de ba no their major concern about process no. Now what she failed to elaborate on was which part of the process they as Ghana Bar Association have a problem with. You see, the Ghana Bar Association, they've been hiding behind words. You cannot just vaguely say you have a problem or your concern is about the process. If the Ghana Bar Association, which is made up of lawyers, so-called intelligent lawyers who know the law, the first thing they would have stated was the flaws in the process. The exact flaw in the process. At the original classroom, not teacher at the ABC, nobody said, you understand or see? No, the whole process. When you say that, that means class standard what's in the crampo, you are not supposed to be there. Now, if you are a legal brain, if you say you are a lawyer, you recognize Article 146, you have a problem with the process, you should be able to specifically point to which part of the process that you think was skewed. But you cannot vaguely just come out and say, we are Ghana Bar Association, we are against the process. Which part of the process are you against? The reason why some people had the problem with the removal of Charlotte Osei, the process was that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did not even give Charlotte Osei the opportunity to look at the petition. That process was tainted. Secondly, the people who even wrote the petition, Charlotte Osei did not even know who were behind the petition. That was a breach in the process. During the process,